players for Madison Blue Devils, we have number 1, Riley Strong. Number 2, Aaron Stanfield. Number 10, Janet Coleman. Number 14, Cameron Carson. Number 21, Kenzie Potter. And the Blue Devils head coach is Paige Miller with assistant coach Amy Coleman. Now, let's meet the Cazenovia Lakers. We have number 5, Abby Shug. Number 13, Katie Rakowski. Number 24, Anna Edwards. Number 34, Carly Shalab. Number 44, Ella Baker. And the Lakers head coach is Eric Neiman with assistant Wayne Madison and JV coach Chris Bubble. Please send a welcome to tonight's officials, Larry Brunner and Sam Dunkley. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, I'd prefer it if you did.
All right, folks, welcome to tonight's game between the Cazenovia Lakers and the Madison Blue Devils. Cazenovia coming into the game with a 6-4 record. Blue Devils are 1-9. These teams saw each other in their season opener, actually. Cazenovia prevailed in that one. So Madison coming into the game looking to potentially even up the series tonight. The player to watch for Cazenovia is going to be number 34, Carly Shalab. The Cazenovia offense really flows through her. And so Madison's going to have to slow her down. Normally Cazenovia plays with 7. They've called up a few JV players tonight. So one of their regulars is out, but they will have 9. And Madison comes into the game with a lot of depth, and they're not afraid to use it. So watch for them to spread the ball out among 7 or 8 shooters throughout the night.
Cazenovia wins the tip-off.
That's Shalaf for 3. Won't go.
And it goes out, and it will be Blue Devils ball.
That's a steal for Anna Edwards, number 24. And Kazen Shug with the layup. Cazenovia with an aggressive press. That's a steal for Katie Rakowski going for the layup, and she'll convert.
Blue Devils aren't able to get anything started here, and Cavs go up 6-0 quickly.
Yeah, that was a good steal for Siobhan. There's another one for Rakowski.
Make that 8-0. This is an impressive start for the Lakers. Can they keep it up, though?
Yeah, Lakers very aggressive coming out of the gate, Sebastian.
Yeah, their press is really high.
Yeah, you'll notice we haven't really swung the camera over to Madison's offensive end. That's a 3 for Heather Shug. She's the team's shot shooter. Unable to convert on that one, though.
Cavs almost took another steal, but the Blue Devils are able to keep it. But not for long, and Cavs will just take it right back.
Yeah, steal for Schlag. Gets it over to Rakowski. You'll see Rakowski playing point for most of the night.
Wide open three, and just missed.
That was Janet Coleman with the rebound for the Blue Devils.
Blocked shot. And they did a foul. The Blue Devils draw a foul for 2 free throws. Could be the first points of the night for them here.
Will be Cameron Farman going to the line for the Blue Devils.
It's barely missed. They've still got one. Here's Cameron Farman with the shot. And it's missed. Now this is 3. Just can't make it. The jump ball here, and it will be Blue Devil ball as they didn't win the tip.
We saw freshman Ella Baker, number 44, pretty active on the inside. Even though she's just a 9th grader, she is a regular member of the varsity roster. This is Kenzie Potter for the Blue Devils.
Just missed the layup there. And here it will be Kaz ball. Hello with the wide open layup, and that will be 2 more for the Kaz, for the Lakers.
Turnover. Not sure what the call was.
Blue Devils doing a good job to hold on until then, and now Kaz will have a wide open run back, and good defense right there by the Blue Devils to stop them from scoring another 2. Here comes the layup, and that one's no good. It will be Blue Devils ball. But I wouldn't be surprised here if Kaz comes with yet another press.
They have 4 in the backcourt.
Blue Devils came up with something there to try and get rid of that press, but it didn't really work, and Kaz got the ball quickly after that. The Blue Devils aren't really containing the outside. They're more trying to block the layups, and that's leaving a couple wide open threes.
And that was Hannah Ruddy, mid-range jumper. Oh, and quick steal for, is that Rakowski? It is.
Another 3. And this one makes it, and it is 15 zip. Lakers up. Lakers another steal. And another couple points.
And we saw Shalat struggle on her layups earlier in the game, so it looks like she's starting to heat up. Looks like a tie-up. It'll go to Cazenovia on the possession arrow.
And this is a good jump shot from the outside, and it goes in. It is 19-0.
Hannah Ruddy, we saw her get a similar one from the other side.
Yeah, maybe she's heating up there. This one almost stolen by Kaz, but Blue Devils were able to hang on and draw the foul by Kaz. This could be an easy chance for Blue Devils to score here.
Substitution for Kaz. Lily Clonin coming in for Baker.
Kaz is able to get away with this one as well. And another layup by number 34, Carly.
Yeah, Carly Schla is heating up, Sebastian.
Yep. She's doing really well toward the late end of this first quarter.
Which for the Lakers, that's what they need. The offense really runs through her.
And what Madison, the number one thing they will need throughout this game is to get their offense in. Because if they can't do that, then I don't see much of a chance here.
Yeah, Madison really under siege tonight.
Yeah, they feel very trapped, it seems. Almost as if they just can't get the ball anywhere. They can't communicate, sort of. But, I mean, they should be able to heat up and do something.
And Cazenovia being very aggressive.
Another steal and almost another layup, but
they're doing well, getting hands up, getting in the passing lane like Rakowski was just now.
Yep.
And Rakowski's going to the line.
Misses the first one, but she still has one more to take. That one is also missed, and it will be a jump ball going Blue Devils' way.
Good movement by both Clonin for Cazenovia and Parman for the Blue Devils getting in there to get that tie-up.
Yep.
Not sure who called the timeout. It looks like
Madison.
it was Madison.
Yeah. So Madison is left with 5 timeouts left. Meanwhile, the Lakers still have their full flush of six.
And they'll have the ball coming out of the timeout. We'll see if they'll use this time to draw up an effective play.
Maybe during this timeout, Madison will be trying to figure out some plays to develop while Cazenovia is pressing them on their own end of the court. So then if they can get past that, they could have potentially a wide-open court to score.
Yeah, the risk with aggression is there's always the chance that someone's going to get behind you.
Yeah, and if someone does get behind you, you have the wide-open 2 or 3-pointer, depending on where you are on the court. And with that, you can, if you're Madison, you can easily come back. So I wouldn't rule them out, even though it is a bit far between the scores. They're calling a play here.
And we were just talking about aggression, but here Cazenovia settles into the half-court defense.
That is Madison's first point, and maybe they were developing a play there during that timeout to try and develop something. And that is exactly what they did, if so.
Yeah, they did well, capitalizing on the respite.
Yep. Now they just got to keep that up throughout the game.
Some changes for the Lakers. That was number 30, Beth Johnson.
It's her first points of the game.
She's playing up from JV, where she's kind of been a sharpshooter for Cazenovia's JV team this year. So, showing you a different aspect of her game there. Going into the paint.
Lily Clonin with a big swat there, but it went right back to Madison. And now they're developing something here, but can't tell what it is. And she barely steps out, and it will be Kaz ball. 40 seconds left on the clock for Kaz or Madison to develop something. Here's a three, and it's missed. Madison throws away another ball, and Kaz will be able to come down the court, and Bess Johnson isn't able to hang on to that one, and it just rolls out on him. 15 seconds left. Is it possible for Madison to get one more point on the board before the end of the first quarter? Nope. It looks like it will be... No, it'll be Blue Devils' ball here. 2 seconds to run something.
Yeah, Kaz got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it inbound. And there's a quick three.
That one's missed, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 23-2. The Lakers are with the heavy lead.
It wasn't a bad inbound play for the Blue Devils. They had an open shooter, relatively deep on the floor, but the shot was uncontested.
Yeah, you just need a little more depth on that shot, and maybe that could have gone in. It was fairly well. It was a fairly good shot. Just you do need more depth on those types of shots.
Yeah, and Madison is a young team. They have no seniors. It's all 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. So really building for the future, this team.
Yep, that is one very notable thing. That is very accurate, Mr. Reitman. That they do not have any seniors in this varsity game, and they only have 4 11th graders. It's mostly their team is mostly made up of 10th and 9th graders. So with that type of team, you're not expected to blow out teams like the Lakers. You're not even expected to keep it super close, but you're learning. So maybe in the future they will be able to win these games. They will be able to come back and give the Lakers a hard time.
To be ready, inbounding to Shug to start the second period.
Here's a three, and that one just bounces off the rim. That's happened quite a lot today, that spinning off the rim for Kaz. And here's a jump shot from afar. Blue Devil is able to pick that one up, but it's ripped from them by Kaz. And here is a layup that misses it barely, but there is a foul drawn.
Yeah, good defensive play for Clonan. Getting the steal. Tried to get the fast break and just couldn't convert.
I think that was good defense all around. Madison was able to stop them good there, and they were the ones to draw the foul there.
Yeah, I really don't envy that player that's back on the fast break, coming at you with a full head of steam, and you have to decide, are you going to foul or get out of the way? And to their credit, Madison forced a bad shot.
Yep. But that's what you want to do if you're Madison, because you're not going to be able to develop a lot of those plays. So when the chance comes, you need to strike when you can.
Good work by Cotter to chase that down before it went into the backcourt.
Here comes Kaz down the court. It's stolen by the Blue Devils, and another good defensive play. That's 2 in a row for them. If you can keep that up, you got something going then.
Yeah, they did a good job clogging up the passing lane.
Yep. Yes, they did. And that is another point for Madison. And if they can keep doing this, they can make it within 10 points, I think, by halftime. And another block by Madison. Their defense is putting up strong here.
Yeah, that was a good block by Parman, denying Clonin.
And here's a foul drawn by Madison, and it will go Madison's way.
Yep, foul called on Clonin. Blue Devils not in the bonus. Lakers not in the bonus, so Blue Devils will just inbound it.
6 minutes left in this quarter for Madison to develop something here. A good jump shot, and that was close to making it to make it 23-6, but it was just off the edge and missed it. Here's a wide open three, and it's missed. And Madison has ball again. Lakers I feel like it almost looks as if they're shaken up, and they sort of, for the last few when they go down the court, it just doesn't seem to be developing for them. Even this one, even if they score, it was difficult to develop for them because they had a wide open court all the way down, and yet they couldn't make it anywhere.
Yeah, shots are just not dropping for Cazenovia. Each team has scored 2 points here in the second quarter.
And there was another three taken by them when I don't know why you would do that. When you have people open in the middle, why wouldn't you use Ella's tallness to go up for the layup or something?
Yep. And Baker and Ruddy heading to the bench. So Coach Neiman giving them a little bit of a break.
But that might open Madison up for something because that was two very good players to come off. So
it is, although Shalal was coming in.
So there is one good player.
That's always tough. And Rakowski's back in.
And here's another three. Kaz is just going to keep shooting those. If I'm Kaz, I'm going for those layups all the way because, I mean, you have 10 times a better percentage to make the layups than you do the three-pointers.
Yeah. And by the way, keep an eye on number 3 for the Blue Devils, Brianna Usborne. We haven't called her name a lot, but you'll see her in the middle of almost every play. And she was named a player to watch for Madison at the beginning of the year.
And that is the first made free throw of the day for either team.
That's Usborne at the line for the Blue Devils.
Can she make a second one for her team? Yes, she can. And she is trying to pump up her side of the crowd, and she seems to be succeeding. It is 23-6.
Yeah, we are hearing some noise from the Madison visitors.
Kaz is being hushed up a little bit here because they were going crazy at the start, and now it's not the same game at all.
Well, they've now been outscored in the second period. Still getting their hands on the ball on defense. But the shot's just not dropping. And there's Shalot chasing it down from behind.
Here's another deep distance shot that I don't know why Kaz keeps taking. I mean, if it's open, take it, but at the same time, you should still look around for layups like that one, and that is what you should be looking for the whole time.
Yeah, Madison's settling into a zone on defense. They may be trying to deny those easy shots and force the Lakers to take unfavorable ones. And so far in the second quarter, it's worked.
Yeah, and when you shut down those, you can shut down entire teams by doing that. And there's another 2 points by Madison. And this game has gotten a whole lot closer from start to here.
Another quick miss for the Lakers.
Madison coming down. Can they make another two? Madison seems to be on offense a little bit struggling with containing the ball into their grasp. But if they're able to get a few lucky bounces into their palms, they seem to be able to make the layup or make the free throw.
Yeah, we've seen that passing is an area that they can work on and improve. We saw them struggle with that Cazenovia press earlier in the game.
And there's another long shot by Kaz.
Bukowski for three, and this time she makes it.
But if you look at the stats, and imagine, I mean, I don't have them with me, but what have they taken, like 10 three-pointers? And how many have they made? They've only made like 2, so why would you keep going back to those? I mean, if they're working, they're working, but...
Yeah, it may just be a matter of taking what the zone gives you.
Maybe, but if Cavs can worm away through that zone, then that may be their key to success here.
And we did see Edwards and Clonan working the inside a little bit on that last possession, just unable to corral the ball before it went out of bounds.
Yep, and Madison is yelling out a few commands here. And here's a good shot from deep, though, so it didn't quite make it.
Yeah, open shot, though.
Madison fans upset over that one, but they're just going to have to deal with that. And
yeah, Emma Godfrey went down hard.
Yeah.
Appeared to be inadvertent, but perhaps a little frustration on the crowd's part.
She might be feeling that one for a couple days.
Yeah, they don't wear knee pads like volleyball players.
Yep. Yeah, and you can get rug burns off of this shit, so it's not exactly fun when you get those. I've learned from experience. And that three-pointer is good, and it seems they may be getting into the rhythm with these threes. So all that I said, you can maybe throw out. And there's another steal by Kaz. Seems that they may be getting back in their old rhythm that they were in. Here's another three. That one doesn't make it. And Madison will control ball here, but not for long. Another three. And another make. Kaz with quite a few threes there towards the end of the quarter. And that will bring us to half.
Yeah, Shalal will make her shots. You can't leave her open at the three-point line, certainly. But not a terrible second period for Madison to build on. They dug themselves in a deep hole in the first, but we saw some good plays, especially on the defensive end, forcing up some bad shots. And Cazenovia's defense doing pretty well tonight, too.
Yeah, and if Madison is able to continue with this development over each quarter, then maybe, just maybe, we could see a comeback on our hands. And I mean, that may be a bit tough, but if you see this development happening every single quarter, then I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the third quarter, Madison had held the Lakers to just 5 points. Because they did hold them for the start.
They did hold them.
Yeah, and then, but then towards the end, you did see a couple threes being made that really brought up that scoreline. But they did play very well at the start of that quarter and held them to just 4 points.
They did play well at the start. They're in a 28-point hole. That's going to be hard to dig out of. They'll really need the offense to take off if they're going to get back in the game.
Yeah.
But certainly some exciting moments in that first half.
Yeah, that was a really good half, especially for the Lakers, considering all those threes that they made. That without those threes, I don't know what the scoreline would be, but it would be certainly a lot more manageable for Madison.
Mm-hmm.
And you do a great job. I just keep watching.
AJ Rosfeld from the boys team popping into our booth. You might have heard him.
Yep.
We've got scoring summaries up on the board. Looks like Shala doing a lot of the heavy lifting for Kaz as usual. She has half of the Lakers' points. Madison getting a lot of scoring from the bench. Their starters have only scored 2.
Yeah, and for any team, even if it's not a very difficult team to play, that's a difficult thing to do, to hold the team back like that. So
certainly is. All right, we're going to take a break for a few minutes. We'll give you the sights of the game, and we'll rejoin you for the second half. We'll see you in about 7 minutes.
And we are back here for the second half of the Cazenovia Lakers versus Madison Blue Devils girls varsity basketball game. And here come the teams to play.
Yeah, it looks like the outcome of the game is going to be pretty easy to predict at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty set in stone, as you would say.
But we still have a lot of basketball in front of us. We want to see some good, fundamental, clean play. And I'm sure both coaches identified some stuff they want to work on at halftime.
The key for Kaz here, to me, is try and get inside the lane, try and shoot his layups. And for Madison, my idea would be to keep control of the ball and be able to pass and work together a little better.
Yeah, I think you nailed it exactly. Madison really needs to protect the ball, and Cazenovia needs to take good shots.
And there was two good ones right there. One miss, but one make, and that's what's important, the make. And another steal by Kaz.
And that's been a strong point for Kaz tonight.
Yeah.
They've been good at getting hands on the ball, getting in the lane, making it tough for Madison to get a flowing offense.
This game has been a bit of a David versus Goliath situation because Madison is made up of a bunch of really young girls, like Whiteman pointed out in the first half. Meanwhile, Kaz has a couple seniors on their team, but they're all very experienced in the game.
Yeah, Madison's juniors getting plenty of playing time, but in some ways what you're looking at is a JV squad that's been playing a varsity schedule all season. And it's been a tough road for them.
Yeah, playing up a year, or for some of these people, 2 or 3, that's a very tough thing to do. And just to play that shows a lot of grit of these girls. To go out there and play against these people that you know are probably going to beat you, but you still persevere through it and do the best you can. Yeah,
we should mention, Madison is a Class B school, and they've scheduled up for this home-and-home series against Kaz, which is in Class B. So coaches being very aggressive with their scheduling and really looking to challenge their young players. And hopefully it pays off in a year or two. and we'll see them fielding a really good team.
And that's a good point, because when you're playing these harder teams, that really does give you some experience points, and that can benefit you a lot, especially when you're young.
Coleman for the Blue Devils just did a lap around the entire defense.
And I think that was the shot clock there. They ran out of time to shoot. But they were able to keep possession, which is one of the big things they needed to do today. So
yeah, and you may have heard the coach saying, good job. People at home may not have. I apologize. We are having trouble with our on-court microphone tonight. So you're stuck with us, unfortunately.
But yeah, you'll notice that, as he said, the coach did say good job on that play. And you may be wondering why. Well, it's because you may not have scored, but you still were able to develop a good play that got close to scoring. And when you're this type of team, you just want to develop those plays, because when you develop those plays, you're able to get a higher chance of scoring, and that's exactly what they need to do right now.
Yeah, as a coach, you like seeing your players do something well when they did that thing poorly earlier in the game. And so good ball handling on that possession from Madison. That was a long jumper from Hannah Ruddy. Fell short. For Cazenovia, still working on the shot selection aspect of their game. They'll retain possession, though.
Oh, here's a wide open three, but she doesn't take it smartly because it closes down quickly, and Ella Baker is able to hold on tightly. Great playing by the Cavs ninth grader, and they will stay with ball. Ella here with the jump shot. And that one is not able to go in, but it did bounce off the rim, so it wasn't a terrible shot by any means.
And keep an eye on number 14, Cameron Parman for the Blue Devils. She's been bringing down a lot of those rebounds tonight.
That is a very good note right there to take.
Loose ball, Blue Devils come up with it.
It's one of the few times that's happened tonight, and that is one of the things they do need to develop on a little bit, but at this stage in the game, I think you need to work a little more on just controlling the ball than trying to steal the ball from the other team. It's always nice to have that, but if you're going to work on one main thing, I think it's really your controlling of the ball.
Yeah, we saw 13, Mara Wasek, get an open shot.
Yeah, they've been able to develop a couple really good plays so far this quarter. They haven't made any points, but they are developing some good plays. Their defense hasn't been great, but it's been holding up a little better than it did in the first quarter.
Yeah, holding the Lakers to 4. And good play by Lily Clonin there. You saw her get a hand on the ball on the first attempt, and she knocked it out. They had to do the inbound again. And the second time, she got a hand on it and stole it.
Oh, good little pivot move by Lily Clonin, and she does 2 layups, neither of which go in, but she does draw the foul on the second layup. So comes the free throw.
So Clonin in the middle of everything on both ends on that series. And now she's at the line.
She has played a great game today, and she makes a free throw for her team to put them 41-8 up. Clonin just missing this one, but Kaz was able to get back ball after that free throw, which is a tough thing to do. Even if you don't make the point, it's a tough thing to do, and you want to do that because you can develop a 3-point or a 4-point play off of that.
Yeah, you're outnumbered 2-1 in the lane. Cloning comes up with it again. Gets it to Rakowski.
Jump shot. Missed.
That was
Another
Shala.
jump.
She's gone cold here in the third quarter. We'll see if she finds her stroke.
The only very notable performance, I think, so far in this half by the Lakers is Clonin. She has made a couple really strong shots and a couple nice steals. So keep an eye out for that to keep happening.
Yeah, she's really using her height and length to her advantage down there.
And she smacks that ball straight to one of her teammates there.
Yeah, Hopkins she was hitting it from both sides down there, and I'm amazed she got that shot off. Quick three from Rakowski, nice shot.
And that is, if they make their threes, all of them have been exactly like that. A nice swish, and that's exactly what you want your threes to be like. Madison been stuck in a corner sort of this whole half.
And there goes Rakowski.
And Kaz has just dominated. Madison was able to start off with slowing Kaz down, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore.
Yeah, that was some good energy from Rakowski on that last play. Again, it's hard for the folks at home to hear what's going on down on the court because of the microphone situation. But the Cazenovia fans down at that end, very excited when Rakowski converted that fast break.
This has been a fair cracker of a game, and, well, it seems to be continuing that way for Kaz, and it is 46-8 after a Madison timeout here in the third quarter.
Yeah, both teams keeping the energy level up well. And you have to think that those reinforcements from the JV team are helping for Kaz. Everybody's getting a little bit more time on the bench, coming in with fresher legs, and I think we're seeing the effects of that on defense. Cazenovia's been very active around the ball all night.
And you can definitely see the difference between skill level here because Madison has a very young team that's just learning this type of gameplay against these seniors, like we pointed out earlier, and so that's another big difference between these two teams. Not a great pass, but they're able to retain the ball, the Blue Devils here. Almost dribbled out there. But it's kept in. The Blue Devils almost kept ball there for a little while.
Yeah, pass was a little high. We'll see who last touched it. Looks like it was the Blue Devils.
Yeah. The Blue Devil almost ran into the fans there, trying to catch that ball before it went out. Glad nobody got hurt there. You know, so we'd have a problem on our hands. And another three by Kaz, and this offense is just on fire right now.
Yeah, we said at the beginning of the half, they had to work on better shot selection. And they're getting open looks and converting.
And even though those shots are from distance, on this half, I think their ratio of three-point shots has been three-point shots made has been a lot better than it was in the first.
And that is the downside of that zone defense approach. You do give up threes, and you hope the other team's shooters will go cold and rush it and take bad shots.
And that's what happened in the first quarter and second.
Yeah, we saw that zone very effectively shut down Kaz relative to the other quarters in the second. But now those shooters are starting to find their range.
And here's another three. Oh wait, that's a 2. Excuse me. But that certainly gets Kaz riled up, and now I'm wondering if Madison goes back to a man-to-man defense like they had at the very beginning of the game. And here comes a wide-open layup, but it's missed. Madison is going to come down with the ball, but it's almost stolen quickly by Lily Cronin.
Yeah, we've seen Cazenovia have some fast break opportunities, but so far they haven't, other than Rakowski, haven't made Madison pay.
And Madison, the very last second, scores a good 2. That gets them the only points they had during that quarter. So it is 51-10, and Kaz will be looking to make a substitution in this fourth quarter. It will be Grace Proby coming in for someone. Not sure who yet.
Yeah, still a couple players on the bench that Cazenovia has not used yet. We'll see how much action they get in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter for Kaz, when you're up by 41, to me, shouts, why don't you just use those subs that you haven't used all game? Because then that's when you're gaining experience for the players that are just learning this game.
Yeah, exactly. At this point in the game, it's all about getting your players experience and hopefully making sure no one gets hurt.
That's a good point. If someone gets hurt, that's bad. So what you would want to do is you would want to put in those players that like aren't your like star players quite yet, but are still pretty good.
And we do see Grace Proby, number 22, getting her first action of the night for the Lakers.
Went out of bounds, and Kaz will get ball. Seems as if they're staying in the zone defense here, Madison.
Yeah, which makes sense to me. If you're trying to build experience and really hone your tactics, you gotta stick with the plan and practice it.
Yeah, and there's Grace Proby with her first shot of the day, and it's good. A jump shot from distance. And to your point about the zone defense, it is a good idea to stick with it, because especially since zone defense is like one of the it's harder than man-to-man, to say the least. Because you have to keep track of where everyone's going, but at the same time stay in your own zone. And there's another 3 by Kaz.
Yeah, that zone defense, less running, but the nightmare for any zone defender is getting split and having 2 players come into your zone. And if your teammates don't roll around to help,
it takes a very analytical defense to play the zone defense, because it's more of your vision, seeing what's around you, who's where, and how to guard them, rather than running around the court at full speed, trying to catch up with your player.
And we saw Cloning cut through the zone on that last possession. Good layup. Quick shot for Madison.
Almost made it, but an unlucky bounce there.
Yep, bounced right to Johnson for the rebound.
And here's Ella Baker, the 9th grader, making another couple points for herself tonight. She has been really good tonight, and she is the youngest one on the team, so that's just showing you that she may have a great future with this varsity Cazenovia basketball team.
Yeah, and Kaz starting to find better passes.
And another layup. Those are the shots that they needed to develop in the second and third quarters, and they're starting to develop here, which is good.
Yeah, we're seeing fewer hasty jump shots and more passing and unselfish play from those Lakers ball handlers.
I don't think in this fourth quarter they've missed more than 5. I'm going to be 100% honest. They might have missed a couple layups that I didn't notice. And here is Madison making another timeout. So they have 3 left. Meanwhile, Lakers, again, they haven't used one.
Yeah, we'll see if we see any substitutions for the Lakers coming out of the timeout. If not, hard to argue. This group of 5 on the floor right now they've worked together really well. We've seen some good passing, players being where they needed to be for each other.
Yeah, and if I'm Kaz, I would maybe calm down a little. I mean, I would stay aggressive and still try and get the ball, but like stop pressing so much and just back up into that layup zone that's where Madison has gotten pretty much all their points tonight is in the paint. So if you stop that, then you stop Madison. So I would just put most of your people in the paint, and then you're good.
And we are seeing a substitution. Number 21, Grace Kingsley, is on for the Lakers now. And so at this point, Cazenovia has officially emptied the bench. Every player on the roster has gotten into the game.
And I think that was their goal in the game, to go up by enough that they can flush out their bench and give their superstars some rest.
Yeah, give those JV call-ups some action at the varsity level.
Yeah. A good dribble around the player. And Kaz is able to get ball to Ella Baker right in the paint, where she almost makes that one and aggressively almost strips the ball from the head of another Madison player. But
yeah, some good passing again on that possession for the Lakers. Baker was unable to convert it for the final paycheck. But the method was good.
yeah.
They did what they needed to do. And sometimes your shots just don't fall.
Especially in basketball. If there's any sport where you aren't going to make all of your shots, it's going to be this one. And that one's tipped out, and it will be Kaz ball. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Ella Baker with the large jump shot for the 3, and that one is a pure swish.
Yeah, it looked like Madison was expecting Baker to aggressively go for the inside. Defenders laid back a little bit and gave her that open 3, and so she took it.
You could see that there was one Madison lady that did step up for that defending, but she didn't quite get there in time, and Ella did have that wide open shot. And that's what Kaz has been able to develop all day, wide open 3s. Whether they make them or not, they've done well at that, to say the least. There's a missed 3 by Madison. They haven't been able to retain that same level of made shots from outside the 3 line as Kaz.
Yeah, offensively it's been a tough night for Madison.
Yeah, had a lot of missed opportunities, but I mean, if they had made all of those 3s that they had taken, this game would be a lot closer. It would not be a 55-point game, to say the least.
And wholesale changes for Madison just now, bringing in some fresh legs to finish out the game.
Madison is going to try and finish this one out with a good ending, because you never want to finish a game, no matter what the score is, just giving up. You never want to do that. You always want to try till the very end, just to see what will happen. Because you never know. You could make it go from a 67-10 game to a 67-20 game. So they're going to keep trying. So Kaz cannot slip here. So far, they haven't given up a single point in the fourth quarter, and they only gave up 2 in the third. So in this entire half, they've only gave 2 points to Madison.
Yeah, and Riley Strong for Madison, number 1, did have a good opportunity on that last possession. Madison had a pretty good screen that got her open, but it was a very long shot.
Yeah, Madison really hasn't been able to develop much here in the second half.
And this is Proby with a steal.
Proby going down, and it's just stolen from her before she can get there. But it will be a Laker throw-in. These Laker girls have been very successful in the second half on the offense, and they've scored 36 points already in this second half, and so in the first half they scored 36. So they've doubled their score with 2 minutes 38 seconds remaining.
And that was good ball movement for the Lakers on that last possession. We didn't see them convert it to points, but again, the fundamentals were there. The method was good.
It's the opportunity that counts.
Yeah, eventually the shots will fall and you'll get results.
Yeah. Here comes a high pass, but it makes it to its destination. And that shot was blocked, and Ella Baker comes away with it.
Blocked by Johnson, who's significantly shorter than Parman. Right place at the right time.
That was a good jump shot. Another far shot that makes it for the Lady Lakers, and it is 71-10.
There's a steal for Kingsley.
Almost another 2, but that one just didn't have enough depth to that shot.
And I think that was the right decision on that shot, though, because Madison was charging toward the basket, so that was good for Kingsley to hold up, let them overrun her, and get the open shot.
Yeah, take the initiative to do this by yourself, even if it is a little selfish and you may not make it. You're still taking that initiative to take the shot when it's there.
Well, a lot of times you'll see on those fast breaks, someone will steal it and then be charging toward that basket at full speed. And it's just a high degree of difficulty trying to get your shot off.
Yeah.
So good patience from Kingsley to slow it down, make sure you get a good shot, not just a shot.
That is the problem I have seen a lot with Caz basketball or any basketball. And from experience alone too, you go to the basket too hard and it's gonna miss every time. You're not gonna make those layups, even though they're layups, because you're coming in too hot. That was a good steady jump shot to make it 73-10. Less than a minute left for Madison to score, and another block.
That looked like Johnson again.
Yeah, it was. She has been all over the score, all over this offense.
And a little bit of aggression there for Madison.
Oh,
trying to trap Baker on the baseline.
Proby had a great three-point shot there, but it just didn't pan out for her. But it did bounce right back to one of her teammates' hands for another 2. 20 seconds for Madison. No. Proby with the steal, and she slows it down, just trying to develop something, anything. Oh, they're just going to tick down the clock here, it looks like. They will take the shot.
Off.
4 seconds. And that is game. Cazenovia struts all over Madison, 75-10. But Madison played well to fight back till the end.
Yeah, tough fourth quarter for Madison.
Yeah, Madison, they really weren't able to develop anything on that fourth quarter. The first 3 quarters, they were able to develop something at least. And in the third quarter, they were at least able to get 2 points, but they were shut out and could not get anything going.
Yeah, that Laker defense had a good night tonight, getting a lot of hands on the ball. And credit to Madison for keeping the energy level up. And again, like we said, just building experience. You've got a young team, but the coach is pushing them, and in a couple years, that could very well pay off.
They could be the number one team.
On the flip side, some good things to see from Cazenovia. That second quarter, some poor decision making, but in the second half, that was an issue that they corrected, and especially in that fourth quarter, we saw some nice smooth passing.
Yeah, the fourth quarter was a big success for the Lakers, and I think that second half altogether was a big step up from the start to finish for the Lakers. That second quarter, you let a few things go, and Madison got 8 points. But then that fourth quarter, you developed something where you stopped their defense. You stopped their offense.
Yeah, lots to like in that game for Lakers fans.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for our game tonight. We'll be right back here tomorrow to watch the boys JV and varsity teams take on West Hill, and that'll be a tough game for Caz. They played West Hill at West Hill a few weeks ago. They lost by 5, and we'll see if they can improve on that or if West Hill will get the sweep. So join us tomorrow night.